I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. H-Res 49, censuring and condemning Adam Schiff, representative of California's 30th Congressional District. Whereas the allegation that President Donald Trump colluded with Russia to steal the 2016 presidential election has been revealed as false by numerous in-depth investigations, including the recent report by Special Counsel John Durham, which documents how the conspiracy theory was invented, funded, and spread by President Trump's political rivals. Whereas Representative Adam Schiff, who served as a ranking minority member and then chairman of the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence of the House of Representatives, HPSCI occupied positions of extreme trust, affording him access to sensitive information unavailable to most members of Congress. Whereas for years, Representative Schiff abused this trust by citing evidence of collusion that, as is clear from reports by Special Counsel Robert Mueller, Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz, and Special Counsel Durham, does not exist. Whereas by repeatedly telling these falsehoods, Representative Schiff purposely deceived his committee, Congress, and the American people. Whereas Representative Schiff lent credibility to the Steele dossier, a collection of debunked collusion accusations funded by President Trump's political rivals, by reading false Steele allegations into the congressional record at HPSCI hearing on March 20th, 2017. Whereas once again abusing his privileged access to classified information, Representative Schiff composed a false memo justifying the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA warrant application on Trump associate Carter Page, which Inspector General Horowitz later found riddled with 17 major mistakes and omissions, provoking FISA court presiding judge Rosemary Collyer to state unequivocally that the Federal Bureau of Investigation misled the FISC. Whereas by
What if I told you a sitting U.S. congressman is facing a $16 million fine? Not from a court, but from his own colleagues in Congress. That's exactly what's happening to Representative Adam Schiff. And today, I'm breaking down the 10 key reasons why the House is moving to censure and fine him. This isn't opinion, this is based on the full House resolution transcript, and things get wild. So buckle up, this is going to be a deep dive you don't want miss.
Publicly smearing Carter Page as a Russian collaborator and justifying spurious investigations of him, Representative Schiff contributed to the gross violations of a United States citizen's civil liberties, thereby committing the very abuses the HPSCI is tasked with identifying and thwarting. Whereas HPSCI ranking minority member and chairman Representative Schiff behaved dishonestly and dishonorably on many other occasions, including by falsely denying that his staff coordinated with a whistleblower to launch the first impeachment of President Trump. Whereas part of his impeachment efforts during an HPSCI hearing on September 26, 2019, Representative Schiff recited a false, concocted rendition of a phone call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, whereas Representative Schiff exploited his position on HPSCI to encourage and excuse abusive intelligence investigations of Americans for political purposes. Whereas Representative Schiff used his position and access to sensitive information to instigate a fraudulently based investigation, which then he used to amass political gain and fundraising dollars. Whereas the American taxpayers paid $32 million to fund the investigation into collusion that was launched as a result of Representative Schiff's lies, misrepresentations, and abuses of sensitive information. And whereas it is determined by an investigation conducted by the Committee on Ethics that Representative Schiff lied, made representations, and abused sensitive information, he should be fined the amount of $16 million. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives censures and condemns Adam Schiff, representative of California's 30th Congressional District, for conduct that misleads the American people in a way that is not befitting of an elected member of the House of Representatives. Representative Adam Schiff will forthwith present himself to the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure, Representative Schiff will then be censured with a public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and the Committee on Ethics shall conduct an investigation into Representative Adam Schiff's lies, misrepresentations, and abuses of sensitive information. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. H. Res. 521, censuring Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California.
The gentlelady will continue.
H. Res. 521, censuring Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California. Whereas the allegation that President Donald Trump colluded with Russia to interfere in the 2016 presidential election has been revealed as false by numerous in-depth investigations, including the recent report by Special Counsel John Durham, which documents how the conspiracy theory was invented, funded, and spread by President Trump's political rivals. Whereas Representative Adam Schiff, who served as ranking minority member and then chairman of the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence of the House of Representatives, the Intelligence Committee, occupied positions of extreme trust, affording him access to sensitive intelligence unavailable to most members of Congress. Whereas for years, Representative Schiff abused this trust by alleging that he had evidence of collusion that, as is clear from reports by Special Counsel Robert Mueller, Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz, and Special Counsel Durham, never existed. Whereas for years, Representative Schiff has spread false accusations that the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. Whereas on March 20th, 2017, Representative Schiff perpetuated false allegations from the Steele dossier accusing numerous Trump associates of colluding with Russia into the congressional record. Where once again abusing his privileged access to classified information, Representative Schiff released a memo justifying the accuracy of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act FISA warrant application on Trump associate Carter Page, of which was later found by Inspector General Horowitz to have 17 major mistakes and omissions, providing FISA Court Presiding Judge Rosemary Collyer to state unequivocally that the Federal Bureau of Investigation misled the FISC. Whereas ranking minority member and chairman of the Intelligence Committee, Representative Schiff behaved dishonestly and dishonorably on many other occasions, including by publicly falsely denying that his staff communicated with the whistleblower to launch the first impeachment of President Trump. Whereas part of his impeachment efforts during a hearing on September 26, 2019, Representative Schiff misled the public by reading a false retelling of a phone call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Whereas March 28, 2019, every Republican member of the Intelligence Committee signed a letter calling for Representative Schiff's immediate resignation as chairman. Whereas Representative Schiff hindered the ability of the Intelligence Committee to fulfill its oversight responsibilities over the intelligence community, an indispensable pillar of our national security. And whereas these actions of Representative Schiff misled the American people and brought disrepute upon the House of Representatives, now therefore be resolved that the House of Representatives censures Adam Schiff, representative of the 30th Congressional District of California, for misleading the American people and for conduct unbecoming of an elected member of the House of Representatives. Representative Schiff shall forthwith present himself to the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. Representative Adam Schiff will be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and the Committee on Ethics shall conduct an investigation into Representative Adam Schiff's falsehoods, misrepresentations, and abuse of sensitive information.
Rule 9, the resolution offered from the floor by a member other than the majority leader or minority leader as a question of the privileges of the...
Let's start at the top. House Resolution 49 was introduced to censure and condemn Representative Adam Schiff, the longtime Democrat from California. Why? Because he allegedly abused his powerful role as chair of the House Intelligence Committee during and after the Trump-Russia investigation. This resolution doesn't just slap him on the wrist, it demands a $16 million fine and a full ethics investigation. That's no small deal. At the heart of the resolution is the claim that Schiff knowingly promoted false allegations of collusion between Donald Trump and Russia during the 2016 election. Multiple investigations, including the Mueller report, Inspector General Horowitz, and most recently the Durham report, found no evidence of this collusion. Yet Schiff continued to say the evidence was clear and in plain sight. The resolution says this was intentionally misleading not just to Congress but to the American people. Schiff is also accused of misusing classified information and fabricating evidence. Let that sink in. According to the resolution, he publicly read false claims from the now-debunked Steele dossier into the official congressional record. And in the Carter Page FISA scandal, Schiff allegedly defended a warrant that was later found to have 17 serious errors and omissions, errors that misled a federal court. That's a massive breach of trust from someone sitting on the Intelligence Committee. Before I continue, if you're finding this breakdown valuable, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss future deep dives into the biggest political stories happening right now. It doesn't stop there. During Trump's first impeachment, Schiff reportedly coordinated with a whistleblower, then denied it. He also delivered a fictionalized version of the Trump-Zelensky call during a live hearing, something critics say was intentionally deceptive. The resolution claims Schiff used his role not to seek the truth but to advance a political agenda, launch investigations based on false premises, and even fundraise off the chaos. That's where the claim of political exploitation comes in. So what's the bottom line? The resolution demands that Adam Schiff be publicly censured on the House floor, pay a $16 million fine, and face an ethics investigation into alleged lies and abuse of power. Whether you support Schiff or not, this marks a rare and serious escalation in congressional accountability. It sends a message: misuse your power, and there could be consequences, even if you're one of the most prominent figures in Washington. Now I want to hear from you. Is this censure justified, or is it just political theater? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this video informative, hit that like button and share it with someone who follows US politics. And don't forget, subscribe for more no-spin breakdowns of the biggest stories making waves in Washington. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.